Good evening, everyone. It's me again, Al Brown Spencer. Today is Tuesday, the 19th of October 2021, and it is just past 9 o'clock in the evening. And yeah, the situation is still the same, and I don't know what is going on and what's going to happen, but I'm fighting till the end. And yeah, nothing has changed, and my abusers are ignoring completely uh, everything I say, and they are controlling everything. And basically, I am helpless facing people with high authorities and immense power who do not know anything about honor or justice whatsoever. And the reason I'm saying so, because if they do, and if they only have 1% of honor inside them, or justice, or fairness, they would have given me my compensations, no questions asked, and they would have given me my freedom uncompromised and let me go to live my life and restart my life that they already wasted over 2 decades of. But they don't have any honor, they don't have any meaning, or any, they don't know what is justice, they don't know what is fairness. However, they pretend otherwise. And as I said, and I am sticking to what I'm saying, and I hope, I will try my best not to get angry and upset in this video like before. But what I'm saying is the same, is not gonna change. My abusers proved that literally they only deserve one of two places, either the prison or the grave. And the reason I'm saying so, because some part of the psychological work they did on me, trying to make me believe that a relative of mine is behind what was done, and they are running the business. And whether it is true or not, if any relative out there caused me all of these troubles, regardless what is the reason and what justification and so on, again, they deserve either the prison or the grave. And because I don't believe in execution or harming anyone, I believe that if there is a God, my abusers will be either in prison or dead. And if you believe in God and you think that your prayers will be answered, and there is a God that will listen to what you will say, I don't know why, if there is a God and you have a God and it exists, why your God allowed what was done to me, and even till the moment, because my abusers don't give a toss. And I was poisoned again, I was chemically dosed again today. And I don't know seriously what to say. As I said, these people, they know no honor, and they don't know any kind of justice and so on. So if you have a God and you believe it exists and you're sure of it, why don't you pray for me that my abusers go to prison or die? Your God can just remove them from the world like this, if your God is capable, as lots of you who believe in God say. And yeah, I would get my compensations and freedom uncompromised, leave the United Kingdom and restart my life in Castellón de la Plana. So yeah, anyway guys, I don't know what to say. I am fed up and tired of this use and abuse and torture, and even my attempts to expose my abusers, even in the legal, procedures and so on. They control everything, and they pretend otherwise. And even solicitors, didn't even have a chance to get solicitors to represent me and take my cases and so on to the court. And above all of this, just think about it this way: if the law allow people and authorities to do whatever they want, and when they make mistakes or misuse their power, it's only a civil litigation. This is not justice. Anyone who cause anyone damage in their life or harm, whether they are in the authorities or not, they must be criminalized and they must go to prison. And when I say even if they are from the authority, that even makes it worse. People in authorities, they have two responsibilities: one as normal people, and two as people with authorities. So basically their punishment should be doubled, and the compensation should be doubled, because the government gave responsibilities to the wrong people to run the business, and basically harmed innocent people and caused people damage. And that's why they must pay the price twice in terms of legal punishment and imprisonment and compensations. And again, if you think about people in the authorities as if, whoa, they have great responsibility and they are under pressure all the time and so on, just think about it this way. If you are not up to a job in the authority, and you could lose your temper, or and this is precisely to the people in the country where I was born, because if it was a relative or not and they lost their temper, or they lost concentration, or they started to think irrationally, and they did this to me or whatever, they don't deserve to be where they are. This is one thing. The second thing, if you are not up to the job, don't step up, don't be part in authorities, because it's a responsibility, and it's a great responsibility. And if you ignore this and just look for or look at the side of authority and privileges and power and all of this, again, you will make mistakes and so on. And this is not just applied on people in high authorities or people who have very very immense power, and so this is also applied on anyone who has any authority over anyone from the public or anyone. If you have authority over anyone from the public or anyone, and you misuse your power or misuse your authority and misconduct, you must be criminalized, and what you did to them must be criminalized, and you must go to prison accordingly, according to what you caused in terms of damage to the people or to the public or the people that you did this to them. And when I say so, I mean it, because basically you don't know in details what these authorities did to me. They destroyed my life completely, and even till the moment they are hiding behind the curtain and running the business, and basically still using and abusing and torturing me. I mean, chemical poisoning that affects functions in my body and cause me discomfort and this and that. That's harm. This is damage that happening to my body, and the side effect is not known yet. Any chemicals that gets to your body and cause you any kind of malfunction or affect any of your organs or whatever, this is a poison that you don't know on the long run what it will damage you and what it will cause you. And this is a torture, because I already was tortured physically, in terms of beat up and all of this, and lots of things. But again, chemical poisoning is a way of torture, and I promise you, I mean, you don't know. I mean, I want to shout now, I want to do this, blah blah blah, but to be honest with you, I don't think it's gonna be any good, to be honest with you, because I'm fed up, and I will start like yesterday and all of this. And to be honest with you, I don't know, I don't know what to say. So yeah, if you are out there who and you're someone who can help, and basically you are someone who can actually change things and help, and exposing my abusers, whether they are high authorities or the dogs that work for them, to the lowest chains, they must be exposed, and they must be punished, and literally legally punished, and go to prison. Because if you take a part in any scenario, in any play, in any game, in any scheme that caused people harm in the end, and you did it willingly, and you knew what it was going to cause them in the end, and so on, this is a crime, and you must go to prison. Imagine if you already have authorities as well, no matter whether it's inferior authorities or superior authorities. You still have caused damage to people and misused your authorities and power and so on. If someone normal, who doesn't have authority from the public, I mean, and they take a part in any scheme or any scenario or any game or whatever that caused people damage, and they knew what it was going to cause people and so on, this is a crime, and they must be punished, and they must be criminalized and go to prison. Imagine when it is someone from the authorities. So it is complicated to explain, and I can talk about it all all day long, and and so on. Uh, and I'm not trying to change anything here in the UK. I'm leaving the UK 100%, and I promise you, nothing in the world that will change my mind about leaving the UK. The UK is not a country that I would want to live in willingly, and if they force me by any way of their or methods of theirs and so on to force me to stay here in the UK, I will still be looking to go and leave the very first opportunity and go and restart my life in Castillon. All what will they would be doing is just wasting my life and torturing me more and more and more and benefiting from my stay here in the UK. So please help me to get these bastards exposed and imprisoned. And if anyone out there from anyone from the country where I was born and they are relative, and this is true, they are the ones who have power and authorities and caused me all of this and so on. I want you to know that you are a bunch of cunts. And since I cut the ties between me and the country where I was born, that included everyone, including you. Why are you still using your fucking authorities, your fucking pieces of shit cunts, and you're still interfering in my life? If you're genuine about rectifying what you did to me, you had so many fucking chances to do so by giving me my compensations, and you have so zillions of ways to do so with no questions asked. Yeah, you could have given me my compensations and give me my freedom uncompromised and let me restart my life where I want to be to do what I want to do. But you're still refusing and you're still poisoning me and so on. So, in other words, whether relatives or not, they are a bunch of wankers, bunch of cunts, and they must go to prison. And if there is a God up there who can see everything and know everything about these people and what they do and how they do things and what they did to me and so on, these people, relatives or non-relatives, they must go to prison or the grave. That's it. That's the end of it. I am in desperate need to restart my life as soon as possible and get on with my life. They wasted over 2 decades of my life so far, and they are still waste more time of my life because they are obsessed of with basically having me under their authorities for no reason. I mean, if it's someone in the country where I was born and they are trying to cover anything up and so on, pretending to be relatives, why not even one single person from the British authorities and the British government did something to help me against that my abusers, specifically and especially that I gave up the nationality of the country where I was born in 2017, and I only have a British passport till now, or I mean since then. And even if it is, as they say, or the government of the country where I was born, they say it's a relative or whatever, why the British government still don't, participate and take a place in terms of helping me against them? I know what's good for me, what's right for me, and I know what to do in my life and what to how to live and all of this and where to live and what to do. Why can't you help? And if there is any allegations or anything that is giving that my abusers from here from the UK and the country where I was born the right to interfere in my life or to have authorities over me or whatever, why the people, the genuine honest people here in the UK don't do something? Why can't they stand up by my side to fight against both the bad elements here in the UK and my abusers from overseas? And I'm leaving the UK anyway. So, as I said yesterday, maybe it's your time or the chance for you to redeem yourselves for what I experienced here on your soil when I came here to the UK believing it was going to be a shelter, it was going to be a place to live, and so on. Respected, to respect my human rights and freedom, and all of this turned to be bullshit, just propaganda after all what I experienced. Now it's your time to do something to help me to get my compensations and leave the UK as soon as possible. Because every fucking single day passes on me here in this country, I am in a torture and I am in desperate need to restart my life. And my life will start in Castillon de la Plana, and it will never restart here in the UK. I arrived to the UK in 2004, and look now, we are almost 2022, and you are still wasting my life, you fucking bastards. I don't know what else to say, but please, please, if there is a God, you die. I want you to fucking die so I can get on with my life. I want you to leave this world. You either go to prison or die so I can get on with my fucking life that you destroyed already. I'm not getting any younger. You're wasting my life day after fucking day after fucking day, and you're still putting doubts around lots of things about me and my genuinity and so on. And you're still using and abusing and poisoning me, and you're still interfering, and you're still bullying me, and you're still carrying on your unorthodox, undeclared, sly, way of testing and all of this, which you don't have the right to do anyway. Who the fuck gave you the right to do so? If it's your governing government, then it's a fucking shit government and should be changed. Whatever public body gave you the right to do so, they should be changed from the top to the bottom. Because look what you fucking did to me and look what you caused me. You're just a bunch of fucking cunts. And you cannot see it, or maybe you know it. And you have had enough experiencing or experiences of your victims telling you how they think about you and so on, and that's it. You carry on. Maybe that's what you are now. No matter what your victims, say about you and what they want to happen to you, it's not gonna cause you any harm. And life goes on, and you're gonna find another victim, to carry on your fucking pathetic, sad life that you're thriving on what you do to people rather than what you do for people. I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. If there is a God, you must be in the grave or the prison. And to be honest with you, after all what you did to me and other people, if there is a God, your place is in the grave, to be removed from the world completely. And if there is God and there is heaven or hell, God can take you and basically punish you for what you do. And I don't want to repeat the mistake of people who believe in religions and say, people in other people's life, to send them to God to be, punished and so on. But I'm saying, if there is a God, and they must know everything you did to me. So God is capable, if it exists, to remove you from life like this, to take you. So you die and get buried and whatever, as people believe, soul and all of this bullshit, you will go and basically be punished. I mean, what else can I say? I mean, that's how bad what you caused me in my life, that is pushing me to think this way, because of being helpless, because of being, frustrated and run down, and the feel of injustice and unfairness that you put me through for a long, 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 long time. Even now, I'm trying to fight back to get my freedom and money and leave the country, and you're not allowing this. So I don't know what else to say. It's like I am in the jaws of a monster that doesn't give a toss about its victims trying to free itself or fight back or whatever. You're carrying on chewing, you're carrying on biting, you're carrying on, killing, if this is the right word. So, in other words, all what I can say is, you're just a human being, like me and everyone else, but you have power and authority. And that's what makes you this monster that can do things and actually kill people and harm people and do so. But you are gonna die one day. And I hope that if there is a God, that will be soon. So the world is free and so on, and basically everything is fine. And if anyone comes after you trying to do the same, or anyone in the world trying to do the same or harm people or whatever, and if there is a God, take them. If there is a God, why God is allowing misery and use and abuse and torture and violating human rights and people dying and people this and that in the world? Simple, because there is no God. So I'm not going to here to argue about if there is a God or not. But people who believe in God, if you believe in God and you think that if you pray tonight, your God is going to listen to you, okay, just pray that what I'm saying, if God knows the truth and knows that I'm innocent and what was done to me was wrong and everything is being done to me is wrong and so on, ask your God, because it knows the truth. Ask your God to take my abusers from life like this. and for me to get my compensations and freedom and leave the UK and restart my life. Maybe if there is a God, it will answer. But I promise you, there is no God whatsoever, and I don't believe in God whatsoever. And because I said so, it's not a reason for anyone who can help, who believes in God, that to stop of helping because oh that guy doesn't believe in God. This is not me trying to make people sympathize or empathize with me or whatever, but this is the reality. Whether you believe in God or not, a human being, if anyone needs help and needs support, and you can do it, whether they believe in God or not, you must do it. And whether you believe in God or not, people must help you. So it's both ways. It works both ways. Whether you believe in God or not, if you need help, people must help you. And if you can help people, you must help people. This is as simple as that. Any other people who fanatics about the religions, whatever religion it is, I'm not going to specify any religion, and you don't believe that if you must help someone because they don't believe in your God or whatever, then this is wrong. And you must understand and acknowledge this, that this is wrong. Everyone on earth is the same. People are equal, no matter what. And when I say equal, in every way, shape, and form. The only way that makes the difference between a thin line of being a good person and a bad person is harming people. If you harm people deliberately and know you're causing them damage and do it, you're a bad person, unless it was a mistake and then you rectify it straight away and never, repeat it and never do it to anyone. But if you carry on, if you make a mistake or deliberately do this to people, you are a bad person. You're a bad person and you must either go to prison or if there is a God, you must be removed from the world. Anyone who will take this by the hand in terms of, using their own force or whatever to do so by harming people, you would be doing the same. So if someone is bad, even if they have killed people, and you take justice by your hand and kill them or harm them or whatever, you became like them, because a human being shouldn't be harmed no matter what. If they make any mistake or harm people, they must go to prison. So I don't know what else can I say. It is simple as that. I am so angry, I am so upset, and I want to, this and that, but it's the same. Yesterday I did the same and all of this. It didn't make me feel better. Actually, it did. I went, to bed and I was still angry and so on. Like now, and I know whether I'm gonna shout now and do this and blah blah blah. Again, I will still feel the same because I'm still, experiencing injustice, and I'm still here in the UK. And I'm not saying I'm still here in this room, or I'm still here in this town, or I'm still here in this city, or part of this country. I'm saying I'm still here in this country, in the UK, because I don't want to live anywhere in the UK. Any place that has the British flag on it or under the British authority, I don't want to live in it whatsoever. Exactly the same like the country where I was born. Because I would never, ever accept to live on any soil under the authorities of those two countries, or any other country that directly, without being manipulated, did this to me. And when I say so, I mean it. So if you manipulated and deceived someone else and you caused them to harm me indirectly, they are still liable. But it's not going to be the same as the one who planned, the one who put the scheme, the one who manipulated people against each other so one harms the other. And this is exactly what these authorities do. I'm talking about in the country where I was born, and even here in the UK. They put people against each other. They manipulate a party or a person against another person or a party, and basically they make them harm each other. And then whoever harmed the other, then they get back at them. So this way they eliminate or harm both parties, and that's what they do. They manipulate someone to harm another, and then once that's done, then the one who harm and so on, they get on them. So it is ugly. Authorities and these authorities, it is ugly. They are sly, cunning bastards. They don't deserve to be in the world. They don't deserve to live. And if any one of them justify what they are doing, like, oh, I'm doing my job. Oh, it's security. It's a country's security. It's a high security. Blah blah blah, and all of this. I promise you, authorities in countries like the country where I was born are the ones who created, and when I say created, I mean it, and I'm gonna give details, created terrorism so they can actually suppress and basically stop their oppositions and strengthen their presence and to let people cooperate with them against this made up horror of this blah blah blah. So in other words, think about it this way: everyone in the world want to live. Everyone in the world want to live and be happy and enjoy life and so on, and do the stuff they like and so on. Only people who support fanatism and or fanatics and people who support putting people against each other so they can rule or have their authorities over everyone. These are the people who are causing all the trouble in the world, because that's what they are doing. They are just destroying, destroying, destroying. They are not building. They are not helping. And all what they do is just trying to get their places and positions in the posts they have and authority and so on, and gain as much as possible before things change. If everyone knows that everything is fine and the world is beautiful and people help each other and so on, it's gonna change. I mean, ask yourself why countries and governments created terrorism in the first instance, exactly as I explained to you. So, to suppress and eliminate oppositions and anyone that will stand against their way, and to support their presence, and above all of this, get people frightened. So when people get frightened, they seek shelter, they seek someone to help them, and then the government steps in or steps up and say, "Oh, we're against this and that and terrorism." This is how they play it. And I'm not saying so because I think someone accusing me of something or whatever. Again, that is not something that far from what they accused me many times, including some other accusations. Everything will be given in details and so on. But what I'm trying to say here is these people are turning the world into a bad place because they have authorities and they don't have anything good inside them to give. They just all what they want is to rule and so on. And think about it this way. And not just talking about the North African Arab Muslim country where I was born. I'm talking about here in the UK and other countries. How many people die every single day or died and die every single day because the authorities think that they are not on their side, or they will cause trouble or whatever, blah blah blah, and they didn't do anything. I mean, I know I'm fighting authorities and I'm fighting, my abusers, and I'm expecting anything at any moment, and I don't care because I am on the right side. I was used, abused, and tortured, and my human rights were violated. And to be honest with you, my dignity, my honor, and my freedom that they violated and uncompromised, worth my life. And I'm fighting to get this. And of course, my compensations, my financial compensations, so I can leave and restart my life in Castellón de la Plana in Spain, away from anything and everything. And hopefully this will be a new beginning in my life to enjoy what is left of it after they wasted already almost over 2 decades of my life. Who is going to be able to give me back even one single day of what they wasted? None. No one. No one can turn back the clock of time. No one. Well, every minute, every second that passes, that's it. It's gone. It will never come back again. And you, the authorities, are still wasting my time. So anyway, guys, if you can help, please help. You know what you need to do. I need to be out of the UK as soon as possible. I need to get my compensations and money as soon as possible and be in Castellón de la Plana to restart my life, start my business RNC adventures and the letting, and basically start living and start enjoying life after what they wasted of it. And also the cases I'm gonna leave here in the UK if it's not solved before I leave. And I'm saying so because if I leave, hopefully as soon as, I don't know, before the end of this week, that would be awesome. Oh my word, I wouldn't be able to believe in myself when I'm on the plane. I will only believe myself when I'm in Castellón with my money, my freedom, my future in front of me to restart my business and so on. So anyway, if you can help, you know what you need to do. If you cannot help with anything and you believe in God and you think that that will make you feel better if you pray for me, you can do so. And please, during your prayer, pray that my abusers Either one, they acknowledge what they did to me, give me my compensations, no questions asked, as soon as, I don't know, before the end of tonight, and give me my freedom and let me go. Or your God, if you believe in God, put them in prison or the grave as soon as possible. And when I say your God, I mean actually in the whatever you believe in the sky. I'm not talking about a human who has authorities and think they are God and untouchables. I'm talking about if you believe in God, whatever you believe up there in the sky or whatever. Although I've been there in the sky and nothing but apart from cloud and so on. But if you believe that there is a God there in the sky, basically pray for me and pray that my abusers either give me my compensations and in compromised freedom and let me go to live my life and restart it, or be in prison, or if that neither nor happens, they go to the grave and your God take them, and that's it. The world is free from people like this, and that happens to anyone who would do the same. Anyone who carry on abusing people and not good from inside, bad, and they want to do lots of bad things to people, they don't deserve to live with people. They either go to prison or the grave. Anyway, guys, I said enough and I've talked enough. And to be honest with you, that's a miracle that I didn't shout in this video. Although many times I was about to, you know, to shout, and then basically I managed to keep it in and so on. And to be honest with you, I try my best before any video that I post or record and so on, to calm myself down and keep myself calm. So when I talk and so on, and when I say calm myself down, if you get to know what I've been through and what they did to me, you will understand. And I promise you, other people would never survive even one day of what I experienced in prison. And I promise you, with no exemption, and I am sure of this, anyone from my abusers will not survive even one beat up I received in prison. And I'm confidently telling you, not even one single person of my abusers will survive even one single beat up I received in prison. And imagine being held in prison for 100 and I don't know 20 something days or whatever. So yeah, I promise you, I have enough anger and upset inside me, and enough, bad experiences and memories, that even if you get to feel 1% of how I feel, that can upset you until the end of your life. And I promise you, I am taking lots of things that they did to me to the grave. I will never ever forget it or forgive it, and it will keep on reminding me of this time I spent here in the UK until the last second of my life. And no one will be able to erase this or make me forget or forgive. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I hope I didn't talk too much or rehearsed. And if I did, please forgive me. I am literally upset, very upset, very angry inside, and very upset from what was done to me, and frustrated and feeling run down of everything that was done to me. And my fight is going to be till the end. I am going to expose my abusers no matter what, and I am going to get justice done for me. And if I die, doing so, or if you know it takes too long and so on and I die, again, it is worth fighting for. As I said, my dignity, my honor, and my freedom worth my life. And unfortunately, they compromised all of these, and they must pay the price. They can never get away with it. They must pay the price, and they must go to prison. They must be in prison for a long, long time for what they did to me. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your time. My name is Al Brown Spencer. My telephone number is 074659200503. Please, no withheld numbers. Only numbers that I can see on the screen of the phone. And my email is a.b.spencer@hotmail.com. Again, it's A for Alpha, dot B for Bravo, dot Spencer at hotmail.com, and I am staying temporarily at room number one, that's Center Hotel, 135 West Hill Road, and that's Bournemouth, and the postcode is BH25EG. And if you try to phone me and I don't answer, that's probably between 12 and 2 o'clock, so try to phone either before 12 or after 2 o'clock. But anyway, if you phone me and I don't answer, and I wouldn't answer any withheld numbers anyway, but if you phone me and I don't answer for any reason, whether it's withheld number or not, please send me a text that I can read. Don't leave a voice message because I don't have credit on my phone to check my voice messages. That's how bad it is, and so on. So please, by all means, if you try to phone me, make it clear that you don't use withheld number. And if you don't know and you still phoning and I'm not answering, please text me a text I can read on the screen of the phone. Don't leave a voice message, and please give as many details of why you're phoning and so on, because I don't have credit to phone you back, and I cannot phone you back. And if I don't reply, or if you didn't give me enough details of where I can meet you or whatever, because I can read the text and actually go and meet you if I can, and so on. If not, try to phone me again, and so on. Uh, 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 Especially during the evening, I am more free in the evening after protest and so on. So from 5 6 o'clock normally, I am free until the end of the night, or I mean until I go to bed. So if you would like to phone, it's better to phone after 3 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and better in the evening, because I can answer the phone calls. Otherwise, if you're using withheld number, I wouldn't be answering. And if you're not using withheld numbers but I don't answer, please phone me back again or send me a text. Do not leave a voice message. Don't leave a voice message. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and thank you very much for your patience listening to what I'm saying and watching this video. And yeah, hopefully, I will be in Castellón de la Plana in Spain as soon as possible. This is the future I'm waiting for. This is the hope I have, and hopefully when I'm there, literally my life will be free, uncompromised freedom and human rights, dignity and honor. And above all of this, I can use my compensations and my money to start living and to do what I want in life and start the life I want, and so on, because this is my goal. This is everything I want for myself, because Air and Sea Adventures and the letting business and some other businesses, small businesses beside it, that can well support and will make lots of people happy at the same time, is something that I am looking for and hopefully will do. And this, before anyone jump to conclusion, this I'm claiming big compensations from my abusers, from the public bodies and so on. And when I prove in the end that it's a North African government, there will be more money claimed and so on. But just the money I'm claiming from the public bodies here and non-government organizations in the UK is enough to cover for all of this, and even there will be even much more left and so on. So yeah, the compensations I'm asking, or I am claiming from the public bodies and the government, is big compensations and will be helping me to restart. And even the minimum that I am looking for, if my compensations and so on is not giving on time, and people help and I can get the minimum I'm looking for to leave, that will be helping me to start. Yeah, not as good as it would when I get my compensations, but at least that will get me out of the UK, so I can start something and start looking to start my life in Castellon and see what's happening. And maybe after I leave and I'm in Castellon, taking the minimum and go, that's in worst case scenario, and I am in Castellon and so on, basically doing, at least starting with the money I'm gonna take, with the minimum I'm gonna take and so on, will help me to actually even start. And maybe by then I would get the rest of my compensations and so on, so I can carry on my dream and full dream about air and sea adventures, the letting holidays, and everything that I would want to do beside them and so on. Because my dream is so beautiful. It's air and sea adventures and the letting holidays and everything related to it is something. This is my dream and this is what I want to do and so on. The other thing that I would like to explain before I go, and thank you for staying and watching the video. My abusers, specifically from the country where I was born, the North African Arab Muslim country, and people who are helping them here in the UK, and whether it's a relative or non-relative and so on, they are trying to make it or to convince everyone around or everyone that's helping them and so on that they are willing to give me objects of what I like and blah 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 and all of this. And I made it clear, if this is the case, then for example, my dream boat is the 131-foot Sunseeker, which is about 17 million pounds. I mean, come on. If you are going to give me my dream object or dream position, it will be this. It will be the Sunseeker 131, foot, or the 737 Boeing, the which is about 65 million and so on. So, in other words, guys, I am trying to address people's mind. Anyone from the authorities, whether relatives or not, trying to tell you or convince you that they are trying to make my dream come true or what I'm dreaming in life and so on, and give me one certain amount of money. Any money they are talking about, that was what they wanted to give from the beginning, when they literally make the first scenario. And it's a long story, but I'm going to give details anyway. And that this money was supposed to be given to me by then, but then this money, they didn't give it to me, and they invested it and they did lots of things and so on, and they caused me even more abuse and torture and human rights violations, which is the worst thing in my life that happened. And when you get to know in details, you will know. One thing they did to me in 2016 and 2017, one thing they didn't repeat it twice. They deserve execution for this in their law and so on. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, anyone trying to convince you that there is a relative or whatever trying to make my dream come true and so on, there you go. If you're trying to make my dream comes true, my dream possession and my dream object and my dream thing that I want to own, it's either the 131-foot Sunseeker tri-deck or the 737 Boeing. Can you afford this? Okay, now compare this to the compensations I am claiming, not the money you are saying you would give and so on. So now I'm talking about I'm just thinking aloud with people who spread lies and all of this. If it's a relative from the country where I was born, they have this authority, I'm trying to do so and trying to give me money or whatever. That's what they were supposed to do long time ago. So this money is already mine for things they did to me, I don't know, for a long time ago. Okay? Now, anything that based on this is still mine. And not only this, it's the fact that the use and abuse and torture, they owe me this compensations. The British authorities here and the regime, which will be proven later on, hopefully. But what I have evidences for, and I'm claiming and I'm suing them and taking cases to the court, is the public bodies here in the UK, because they are the ones who misconducted and misused their authorities and caused me the use and abuse and torture directly by liaising with the North African government. So this is my message to anyone from the North African Arab Muslim country where I was born, or anyone here in the UK that think they are doing something good for me or support them or whatever. If you are listening to their bullshit about they want to change my life or give me my dream objects and so on, tell them this. My dream boat is the Sunseeker 131-foot tri-deck, the 17 million pound one. Not the other 35 million or the 60 million, the 131 foot, the tri-deck, the 17 million pound, and or the Boeing 737. So, in other words, guys, if this bullshit that they are spreading, you're listening to this, this is what they should be faced with. Okay, the facts. The fact is, my compensations that I am claiming is much less than this. Okay, so they are better off give me my compensations and any money they owe me and let me go, because all what they are thinking about is one specific amount that they would should have given me this money anyway long time ago. And still, even if they give me this money, I'll take it because that will allow me to leave the UK, but they are still they owe me the rest of the money. So think about it this way: if what is stopping them from giving me the money and letting me go is, oh, he's asking for too much, oh, he's claiming too much, well, this is my what I'm claiming for my compensations for everything that you did to me. The British authorities, under supervision and liaising with you, and you're gonna pay the price as well later on. And what I'm claiming from the British authorities, this is just the beginning for what was done to me, everything they did to me. If you think, oh, no, we were gonna give you something less or whatever and blah blah blah, and this is, I will still take the money. I will still take the money that, will allow me, the minimum that will allow me to leave the UK and restart my life. Because I want to leave this country as soon as possible. But you still owe me this money, and the cases will still going on, and exposing you is still going on until I get the rest of my money and basically get my freedom in compromise, which hopefully will happen before I leave the UK, which hopefully will be very soon. So anyone in the British authorities listening to this, or viewing this video, and you have any doubts, or you think after saying so that there is any doubt or whatever, you can talk to me and I can explain to you everything if you genuinely don't know. And if you genuinely don't know, then most probably there are some people above you and they are just getting you involved just for the picture, and probably you're the one who's going to be blamed in the end. That's how they play it. Anyway, if you have any doubts and you want to know the reality and what they did to me in the North African Arab Muslim country, and whether it's a relative or not or whatever, and what the British authorities did to me, I will give you all the details. But what I have evidences for, I'm taking to the court against the public bodies here in the UK, like the police, for what they did to me, and there will be details. And why did they do this? Blah blah blah. It's gonna be like, detailed. Also, the social service and the Bullingdon prison where they kept me, and the NHS, the hospital they put me in, and what the injections and all. It's a long story. So in other words, guys, this case is 100% genuine case, and I'm trying my best, and I'm trying to get as much support as possible, because the story is not gonna end even if they give me the minimum I'm asking, or the minimum I'm saying I would accept to leave the UK. It's not gonna end, because yes, I'll take the money and leave, but they will still owe me this money, and my fight to expose the British authorities everywhere and the authorities of the North African government will carry on, and I will need people to help and support as well. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for watching this video. I know I've been talking now for almost, I don't know, 45 minutes or something like that. So yeah, I don't know what else to say, to be honest with you. I am in desperate need to leave this country and restart my life. And above all of this, I need every support and help to expose my abusers. So when I go to Castellón de la Plana, they won't even have a single listening device or camera in the house I'm going to buy, or the properties I'm going to buy, or my business, and so on. Because imagine after all of this, leaving the UK again, they would be repeating it again, leaving the UK to restart my life in Castellón, and they still repeat the use and abuse or the surveillance again on me there. Imagine leaving one country from North Africa, coming to England to restart my life, and they don't leave me alone. And imagine if this time as well I leave the UK and go to Castellón and they repeat it again. That would be unbelievable. And if this is the case, or what they are planning for, please, if you believe in God, ask your God to erase my abusers, whether relatives or not, from the world tonight, so I can live happily, freely, where I want to live in Castellón de la Plana. So they don't come after me there and have more surveillance, or carry on the surveillance or the listening devices and so on. And because if that's what they are planning for, I promise you, if that's what you're planning for, you are one of my abusers, whether from the North African government or here in the UK, and you're planning to have again listening devices or cameras where I'm going to live and where I'm going to buy properties or business or whatever, I promise you, 100%. If there is a God, you must die instantly. If that's what you're thinking of and that's what you're planning for, you must die. I promise you, if there is a God and that's what you're thinking of and that's what your intention and your plan to carry on the surveillance on me in Castillon, I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I want God, if it exists, to remove you from the world before the end of tonight. Gone. So I can have rest of and peace of mind. Living again in a country, a new home, a new place. Don't spoil it, please. I want to restart my life. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your support, or presumably support, and thank you very much for your time watching. And yeah, I hope to hear from you soon, and I hope, I will be in Castillo de la Plana as soon as possible. Thank you very much, and as I said, if you can help, please get in touch. I need your help. Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye.